Hi there. If you're here, you may be having one or two issues with getting connected to applications like Microsoft Teams. And what we're going to do is going to show you what seems to be causing some of the issues with that. Now, you'll notice here that you have Microsoft Teams as a desktop app, and it also appears down here in the taskbar. Now, this seems to be the issue for most people. This is what's causing the problem, the fact that this is installed as a desktop app. If you click on this, it opens up Microsoft Teams, but it'll open up Teams that are not in Glow. Now, as a member of staff, I've got these Teams here, but they're not within Glow. They're in Dundee City Council's separate account. So I can see that there because I can see that my photo, that's part of my login there, is there. Now I could sign out of that, but actually I'm just going to leave that there. But if you're a pupil and you want to get into Teams, clicking on either of these desktop apps isn't the best way to go. The best way is to go in through one of the browsers, like Microsoft Edge. So I'm going to click on that. And it should take us to the Glow login page, which is the home page that's been set up on these machines. Now, I need to enter my details. Okay, so let's sign into that. Now you notice there that when I logged in, it was automatically picking up my username. Now that's because the computers are set up to pick up what's called our profiles, which will actually open up on any machine in Dundee City Council schools. So if I click on a machine in any school in Dundee, if I enter my login and my password, it'll take me in and I'll be able to find my files and do all the other bits and pieces that I need to do. So it also recognises some passwords and usernames, such as my Glow one. So my profile has downloaded onto this computer. Now that's part of the issue. It's causing a little bit of confusion. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is, this is my home page, this is my launchpad. I've probably got a lot more tiles than you have there. I think ideally what you should maybe have is Office 365, Mail. You may have a school tile to be able to download. You may have one or two others. You can create your own tiles. You can add in the things that you need to use most often. Your school may ask you to log in via a school tile app like this one here. So I'm just going to look for Microsoft Teams. And if I don't have these tiles, what I can do is I can go to the app library and I should be able to download them, usually from my establishment's apps, but I can search that and I can add that to my tiles page. Okay, so I'm going to just go back to my launchpad, my home screen that I used to log in. In fact, I can log in using any Microsoft Office 365 app. It doesn't matter too much because I would be able to click on the little waffle that appears in the corner. I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, so here's Microsoft Teams. Now you'll notice that I've logged into Glow, but I clicked on that tile and I'm getting this page. And that seems to be a big issue there for a lot of people. We shouldn't be getting that page, but we know why that's happening. What's actually going on is the computer, although it's logged into Glow, it's also logged into my other account, which is called dundeeschools.scot. Now, staff have emails that exist in this, pupils don't. But what the Dundee Schools account does for you is it'll normally power all your Microsoft apps when you're in school. It'll work Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and so on. That's how you get the full version within school. But we don't really want that to work on this computer because it's confusing the computer. So, and I can tell that that's actually happening down here because it's telling me there's my other account. So the user's not in the directory. So the computer has gotten confused. Remember earlier on we said if I clicked on that, it would open up my teams that exist in my Dundee Schools account, my other account. Well, I don't want that. In fact, confusingly, this app usually automatically starts when you open up, when you've powered on the machine. So if you get that, just click the little cross, close the thing down. Okay, go to the browser, click on that, log into Glow. Now, if you get this page, what we need to do is we need to sign in with a different account. Now, the one that we want to sign in with is our Glow one. Okay, now for some people, when they click on this, it's not happening. Okay, it's taking them to a different error message. What I can also do is I should be able to click on this thing up here. Now, I don't think this is a sync thing. It's telling me it doesn't want to do that. Settings. No, I don't think it's going to let me do that. Sometimes up in the top right hand corner, you'll see a page where you're logged in and you'll see it's a different account. It could be sometimes just clicking on that will allow you to change that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try this thing here. Click here to sign in with a different account to the site. Okay. It also is giving me the option if you're using an account on another site and don't want to sign out, start your browser in private browsing mode. Now, this seems to work as well because the cookies that my accounts use that go onto the computer, they're little pieces of software that tell the computer a bit about yourself. It makes it easy for the computer to recognize you, and it means that you don't generally have to do all kinds of things signing in again. What will happen is when I open a browser, the cookies from my Dundee Schools account are somehow getting mixed up with my Glow account. So I could open the browser in private. If you're using Chrome, then it's called Incognito Browsing. Let's try this one first of all. Okay, now you can see there, I can see there's the VNA and the discovery and all the rest of it there. It's telling me I've signed out of my account. Okay, and we've given it a little second there. And there's the two accounts sitting side by side there. Okay, Dundee Schools and my other account, my Glow account. So I could click on that. If the Glow account doesn't appear, I could just click on this plus sign and that should allow me to enter my Glow details and that should then load Glow up. Sometimes you have to enter things a couple of times, but it should sort it out. So I'm going to click on this. As you can see there, it's saying taking you to your organisation sign-in page. Now I've already signed in because it's given me the Glow Launchpad. Let's just see what it does. Okay. Microsoft Teams. This is looking a wee bit more helpful. So, well, we already have the Windows app and we know that that Windows app is causing a bit of confusion. So let's use the web app instead. Okay. And I'm just going to dismiss that there. And I can see instantly that I've got all my Glow teams there. Okay. So they look quite different to my Dundee Schools teams that I have. Okay. I've only got a few of those, but in my browser, I have that. Okay. And I can also tell them in Glow Scotland because it tells me up in the top right hand corner which account I'm in. Okay. And I can also tell the picture that I've set for myself, my avatar, is showing the one that I use in Glow, not the one that I use in that other account. Okay, so for most pupils, you don't really have to do very much with your Dundee Schools account. In fact, the main thing that you probably find it useful for is logging into Minecraft Education Edition, which you can do, should be able to do by clicking on the Start menu. Okay, so I'm into Teams. I should be able to see all the ones that I'm a member of. So if your teacher has made you a member of a class team, these would appear here. The other thing that's down on the left-hand side, all these things here, these are always relating to you. Okay, chat should be greyed out because you can't use chat. Activities are simply there to tell you that something's happened in a team. Okay, and usually you get a little red dot appearing just like this one here. And that tells us about what's been going on. Assignments, if you have new assignments, again, you should have a little red dot appear beside that. All my assignments, all the assignments for all the classes should appear if I click on that. If I go into an individual team and I click on the assignments tab within the individual team, I can see the assignments that that subject has set me. Okay, but all of them should actually appear in here. And which due dates that they're there for, and any feedback you've got from your teachers. If they've returned it to you, you should be able to click on that and be able to open them up. Okay, so that was relatively easy for me to do. Okay, what we'll do is we'll see if we can just do that again. I'm just going to sign out of Glow here. Just before I do, actually, I mentioned a little waffle earlier on. These 9 little dots. By clicking on them, it takes me to all the other Microsoft Office 365 apps that are available to me. Okay, and these are quite handy because if I want to make a Word document or a PowerPoint, I've got that. It's a kind of cut down version there that I can use within Glow, but it's useful enough there for most things within school. Okay, my OneDrive is a place where I can store all my files, and if I need to share them with someone else, including a member of staff, I'm able to do that. Okay, so I'm just going to see if I can log out of Glow here, just sign out. Okay, and Microsoft's telling me it's signing out of Glow. Okay, I'm going to complete that sign out. Close my browser windows. In fact, it's spotted that I've signed out. Okay, now I would be willing to bet if I was to maybe proved wrong on this one here in a moment. Just sign in again. Okay, it doesn't like that there. It's basically telling me let's just sign out of that. There's that Teams app again. I don't like that. Let's just get that out of the way. Okay, here's the other solution if you're finding that that didn't work by clicking on that button that said sign into a different account. What I can do is I can click on browser again. It's going to take me to the Glow sign in page. If I'm finding it's just keeping on going and I keep on getting error messages, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click a new tab. In fact, what I should have done, oh, this is quite handy actually because it's taking me, no, it's not very handy. Let's just get rid of that a minute because it's showing me my files in my Dundee Schools account. Okay, so we would use that. You wouldn't be using it much yourself, I would have thought. Let's just see if we can open up. Come out of that a wee moment. And I should be able to open a new tab. I'm not entirely sure why we're not getting the option for a private window. Okay, now it's letting me do that in here by clicking on the little ellipsis along at the end. Okay, these 3 little dots up in the top corner. Here's another thing that you could try as well if you keep on getting problems. If you click on history, you can clear your browsing data. That'll clear out all the cookies and things like that. That sometimes does the trick. That also works on your own device as well if you're finding you can't sign into Glow terribly easily. Okay, and you notice here it says new in private window. I could also do that with this shortcut here, Control, Shift and N. So, in private browsing. So, you can see that the colour has changed to tell me that it's in private. And if I want to get to glow, I could put glow. Now it's offering me the choice here, glow.rmunify.com. Or I could simply search glow Scotland. And Bing's going to tell me there. And that's Glow Connect. Glow Connect is a very useful site if I want to see the service update, the service status, and I want to find out some more help on what to do in Glow. Won't necessarily solve the problems of logging in with our problem there, because most local authorities don't have these two systems side by side the way that Dundee do. Okay, it does give us advantages, but it causes these little issues as well. So I'm going to click on Glow Sign In here. Okay, so there's a way of searching for it, and hopefully this might resolve one or two issues. And let's sign in and see what happens. Okay, so I've signed into Glow again. Okay, wee reminder, this is my launchpad. Here's the school's launchpad. Here's Dundee City Council's launchpad. Here's Scotland's launchpads. Okay, here's how I can edit my launchpads. I can, in fact, I could add a tile to my launchpads. Now, what's it telling me about my profile? Yeah, it tells me I'm logged in. I'm not entirely sure why my picture hasn't appeared, so let's just see what happens when I click on Microsoft Teams. Okay, that seems to have worked. So remember, we don't want to get the Windows app, we already have that, and that's the thing causing the problems. Let's use the web app, and yeah, it's taking me straight into my Teams. Okay, so there I am again. I know I'm logged into Glow Scotland. There's my picture. If I was getting a different thing, if it was a blank screen, you can't see your Teams, and up here it doesn't say Glow Scotland, and it maybe just has your initials here rather than your Glow picture, your avatar, anything. And that's quite a handy thing to do, so you're able to instantly tell that you're logged into Glow. Then I would be able to click on that, and I would be able to sign out and then reattempt to sign in using my Glow credentials, using that DD at the start and at glow.sch.uk. Okay, so I hope that's been helpful. Best of luck, and if we find any other solutions to this, we'll update you on that. Take care.